You've been job hunting for weeks, tweaking your resume to each job opportunity, but there's one thing you keep second guessing. Are you including the right skills? Hi, I'm Seb Morgan. I help people write better, more persuasive resumes that get noticed and land job interviews. And I know just how important it is to have the right skills on your resume. My team members and I reviewed just under 50,000 job descriptions to identify the most widely sought after skills on the job market right now.
For a bit of light reading.
In this video, we'll examine each of these vital skills and ask actual hiring managers how they assess skills when they read your resume. All right, let's dive in. Communication was by far the most asked for skill in our research, appearing in about 9,200 of the job descriptions. That's close to 1 in 5 jobs that require strong communication skills. Communication skills encompass both written and verbal communication, and the specific strengths that employers look for can vary widely between industries. Good communication in retail, for example, may be measured in terms of your approachability and your product knowledge, perhaps even your foreign language skills.
Margarete.
While good communication in an office setting can look very different.
So the first thing I'm looking for is clear writing, clear resume summary that really showcases the exact skills and experience and qualifications that you have. The second thing is organization. Your ability to highlight the most important information of the resume indicates strong communication skills as well.
One of my top tips for showcasing your communication skills is to identify the type of communication that the employer is looking for, like public speaking, negotiating skills, copywriting. Then dedicate one bullet point of each job on your resume to showing how you use that specific sub-skill in previous roles. For example, if you're a retail worker, you might mention that you manage customer queries and complaints, contributing to increased positive reviews of the store you worked at. Or if you're a healthcare worker, you might mention your positive track record providing clear patient communication. Another effective way to highlight your communication skills is to make sure that your resume is concise and to the point. We've made a great video that goes into more detail on this topic, so you can check it out here if you want to know more. Anyway, let's talk about customer service. More than 1 in 6 employers are looking for good customer service, which is really significant when you remember that not all jobs are customer-facing. If you're applying for a job in retail, IT support, travel, hospitality, or the service industry, then your resume needs to convey customer service skills.
I generally look for experiences and achievements that show you customer skills in action. So I'd want to know if someone had worked in travel agencies, hotels, or service departments, for example. It's a strong indicator they understand client needs in this industry. Measuring your achievements always makes you stand out, so it's worth putting out those hard numbers where you can. For example, if you kept a high satisfaction rate or got positive mentions in customer reviews.
Demonstrating customer service on your resume really comes down to your work experience section. My top tip is to include at least 1 achievement per job that really centers the customer and measures the positive experience you were able to provide them. High customer satisfaction ratings, shout-outs in customer reviews, or experience in customer-facing positions are all good indicators of strong customer service skills. About 1 in 11 job descriptions explicitly mentioned attention to detail, but what does that even mean? Surely everyone is going to say they're detail-oriented, right? So how do you make a strong case for yourself and stand out?
So attention to detail, there's a couple things that come to mind. The first one is absolutely no mistakes. Reread your resume, have someone else take a look at it. The other thing, when you're writing about the experience of your work, make sure that you focus on the impact and not just what you did. So don't just say, I did this at this job. Say, I did this many times, it had this result. So really looking at the numbers, the results of your work illustrates attention to detail as well.
You might think I'm stating the obvious here, but typos really are one of the #1 reasons resumes get thrown out. Your resume needs to be watertight if you want any chance of conveying attention to detail, and one spelling mistake can undermine all your hard work. If you want to progress into any kind of leadership role, you need strong project management skills. Project management was a skill requirement in over 2,700 jobs we looked at, and it's widely sought after in industries like tech, finance, healthcare, retail, and construction. Including relevant certifications and knowledge of methodologies such as Moscow can highlight your experience in project management.
The #1 thing we look for is actual project management experience, right? Do they have experience executing a full project? And if so, can they talk about that process? How do they break an entire project down and identify the must-haves versus the nice-to-haves? How do you identify the lowest minimum model that you can then test efficacy on first?
This can be tricky to get across on a 1-page resume, which is why I would recommend writing a cover letter that goes into a little more detail on 1 or 2 important projects. You can check out this guide here to learn more about writing one from scratch. Interpersonal skills, people skills, social skills, whatever you want to call them. They determine your ability to interact well with others. It's a quality you can't really convey with just a few keywords, which is why you should not list your interpersonal skills in your skills section.
3 things that stand out to me when looking for great PR candidates are being adaptable, working well with a team, and reliability, because PR is never a solo job. You're collaborating with different teams, you're building relationships with media partners, you're doing writing, and then sometimes you're just jumping in to help wherever you're needed. So if someone highlights their experience working well with different teams and departments, that's a great sign that they'll do well in PR.
One of my top tips for expressing your interpersonal skills effectively is to mirror the social requirements of the job you're applying for. So for example, if the job requires client relationship management, highlight how you built trust with specific customers and drove repeat business. If it requires excellent bedside manners, you could mention your approach to working with patients, family members, and fellow healthcare workers. One of the best things you can do for your resume is to align your skills with the target role, and to do that, you need specificity, not buzzwords. A strong cover letter can help you provide added context to your skills and show how they would benefit the employer. Watch this video to learn exactly how you can write a cover letter that speaks to the employer's needs and propels you to the top of their shortlist. On that note, leave me a comment if you need help highlighting a specific skill on your resume. Best of luck with your job search, and I'll see you in our next one. Bye-bye!